Alright, what is up everybody? It's Lids and we are here finally after what has to have been over 100 hours on The Witcher 1 and The Witcher 2 collectively. We have finally made it to The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. What I believe is widely considered the most praised, the most heralded of the series. I am very excited to get started for that reason. I do have high expectations. That being said, there are a lot of people I think who throw this around as potentially one of the best games, period, of, I don't know, past 10, 20 years maybe even. Let's not get that far ahead of ourselves. I'm mostly going to try to approach this from the standpoint of, we saw a lot of improvements from The Witcher 1 to The Witcher 2. I'm just hoping that that trend continues here. We have a few things, though, that I want to make sure we touch base about before we get things going in full. That being, first and foremost, that this will be a blind playthrough. I have obviously never played The Witcher 3 myself. I've also never seen anyone play The Witcher 3, so it's all new to me. So for that reason, I request that you please refrain from sharing spoilers in chat. That would be very much appreciated. Other than that, I suppose if you guys have not seen or played The Witcher 1 or The Witcher 2, we have, of course, completed those, and will, I'm sure, be referencing Witcher 1 and The Witcher 2 at various points throughout this playthrough as points of comparison and seeing where the plot develops from what we've already seen in The Witcher 1 and The Witcher 2. So this is your fair warning as well for spoilers. So if you have not checked that stuff out or played The Witcher 1 or Witcher 2 yourself, we have, of course, played through it on YouTube, so you can check that out if you're looking for a crash course. That being said, crash course on some very long games is maybe a bit of an oxymoron. But let's see, what else? Oh, I suppose the only exception I would make to that would be if, and this I'm sure will end up happening at some point, if I end up running around and I'm looking for a specific person or a specific door or something like that and I just cannot find them, then I think that's, a good example of a time when it's fair game for you guys to jump in and let me know what it is that we're looking for so that we don't wander around in circles for hours on end. Other than that, let's see. Oh, I did throw NSFW in the stream title. The reason for that being that when we're doing this live, it is not so feasible to blur or outright remove content that is maybe, a little R-rated, a little not safe for work. So for that reason, viewer discretion is advised. I will, of course, attempt to edit those things out once we throw the VODs up on YouTube, but you have been forewarned on that front as well, that there could very well be things that are, for mature audiences that we end up seeing here. But I think that is just about everything that I wanted to say before we get going here. So actually, before we get going in full, there is an intro sequence at the beginning that I think I ended up skipping through here. So maybe let's actually close the game right now, and then I'll open it back up, and then we will get the chance to see that, and then we'll get going. Get some extra Steam trading cards as well while we're at it. All right. Yeah, so I'm excited. Like I said, I've heard many good things about the game. Just trying not to completely overhype it and, have it not live up to that reputation that I have built up in my head. So I need to be a little mindful of that.
I see you gather before me. Hungry, terrified, clutching your babes to your breast. Emperor Emir has marched his legions into our lands, laid siege to every fortress from here to the Blue Mountains. Rabid and ravenous, he bites and bites away. Men of the North, you stand at the precipice. Your kings have failed you, so now you turn to the gods. And yet you do not plead. You do not kneel to dust your heads with ash. Instead you wail, why have the gods forsaken us? We must look into the trials we failed long ago. In a time past, our world intertwined with another through an upheaval scholars call the conjunction of the spheres. The gods allowed unholy forces to slip into our domain. The offspring of that cataclysm was the nefarious force called magic. Yet we did not banish it, instead studying the vile arcane for our own power and wealth. And the monsters at our door, the unholy relics of this conjunction. The trolls, the corpse eaters, the werewolves. Did we raise our swords against them? Or have we laid this burden on others? On so-called witches. Stray children taught the ways of foul sorcery, their bodies mutated through blasphemous ritual. Sent to fight monsters, though they could not distinguish good from evil. The flicker of humanity, long extinguished within them. Yes, their numbers have dwindled through the years, but a few still roam our lands, offering their bloody work for coin. To this day, they shame us with their very existence. The North bleeds, flogged by war. The battles are the gods' whip, chastisement for our sins. And let us not forget the terrors, the scourges from beyond our world. The wild hunt rides the sky with every full moon. The Dark Raiders abduct our children into lands unknown. Some say they herald a second conjunction. Can we chart a course back into the light? Will we find the strength to banish the mages from our kingdoms? Unite around the warmth of the eternal fire. Nigh is the time of the sword and axe. None will fight this war in our stead. Nigh is the time of madness and disdain.
All right, so there's our little intro. Let us start a new game then. And other thing to mention, I suppose, is that I do have the base Witcher 3 Wild Hunt game. I also have the Hearts of Stone and the Blood and Wine expansion. These, I believe, are two relatively self-contained quests that we can go off on that I believe are supposed to be things that you do fairly late on, potentially even at the end of the campaign. So for that reason, I think what we're going to do here is we're going to do a fresh start, and we're going to try to kind of avoid these two DLCs for potentially the whole playthrough, and then finish off, come back after the fact to do these. I don't have a great sense as to how exactly that works at this stage, but I don't think it's going to be immediately relevant because, as I said, I think they're content that we're not going to even come close to getting to, certainly not today, but in the future. That's something that we should bear in mind. Okay, and I think, despite their clever names, that these are actually difficulty levels. I'm just going to go with what appears to be the default. And tutorials, yeah, we'll throw them on just in case. Okay, yes, we will import from The Witcher 2, and oh my god. Every single save file from The Witcher 2, it would seem, possibly. I think that, yeah, it looks like they're getting later and later the further we go down, so I'm just going to go to the bottom. Fortunately, it accelerates as we go down. I think this will work. Here we go. So, wow. I know that was just a cutscene, but maybe that's a bit of a disservice to it. That looked amazing. Cutscenes, I know, tend to have better graphical integrity than others. Oh, are we in this scene already? Like I said, I may not have played the game before, but I am, familiar with a scene somewhat like this. Heard a rumor of it. That looks very concerning, though. Geralt, you want to get up, like, right now?
You know I don't find that amusing.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. False alarm. Oh, and yes, like I was saying,
It wasn't meant to
NSFW.
amuse, but to prod you to hurry. It's midday already. You promised Ciri you'd train with her. Go before Vesemir bores her to death with those etchings.
Vesemir? We haven't seen or heard from him since The Witcher 1. He still exists? What? Also, Ciri? Another name that I've heard, but
So,
don't know that we know much about her.
See you later.
And who is this person that we are talking to? Doesn't sound like anyone that we've spoken to in the past. Based on the relationship between Geralt and this person, it would seem potentially Triss? But it doesn't sound like Triss. Okay, just put some freaking clothes on. Point taken. That's not Triss. Triss has not black hair, and based on the color of your clothes, that necklace, and yes, that face, pretty sure this is someone who we've heard a lot about in The Witcher 2, but never actually seen ourselves, other than the fact that, obviously, she appears to have been in that cutscene, and here we go! Alright, so we are in the tutorial here. Let's see, so welcome to Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. The tutorial will introduce game core elements. Each message will be saved in glossary. Disable the tutorial messages, go to the options menu. Okay, so I will go through the tutorial here just to make sure that we have any and all changes relative to The Witcher 2 down pat, because there were some pretty significant differences between The Witcher 1 and The Witcher 2 gameplay-wise, so I could definitely see that also being the case from 2 to 3, so just want to make sure that we're prepared to adapt to whatever those changes may be. Minimap in the upper right corner. Okay, you don't need to tell me about that. Underneath the minimap, you'll find objectives. Yep. That's correct. It's not new. We can jump, though. That is new. I do not believe we could jump in The Witcher 2. Or 1. Ooh. Witcher senses. This is also different. Okay, yes. I saw that. Yennefer. That's a name that we've heard on many a prior occasion, but never really gotten the chance to meet her. And, you know, we may or may not have spent the entire Witcher 2 trying to chase her down. Okay, but yeah, so this is totally different. Because in The Witcher 1 and The Witcher 2, we pressed a button to activate our Witcher medallion, whereas this time we hold a button and we can walk around with our Witcher senses.
Gold clashes with my complexion. You should know that.
I'm sorry. That is, well, a symbol that we will, I'm sure, see more of in the future. Mostly looking for gold, or well, things that are highlighted like this. Red, not gold. What am I saying?
You're running out of juice.
I know. You might bring me some more once you're done training.
Excuse me? I should bring yourself some juice. There's a door out there, but I'm assuming there are other things around here that we are supposed to look for. Use your Witcher senses to find key. Bedroom door. I mean, this is glowing in a different way, and that looks an awful lot like a key. Success? Question mark? Also, I feel like we should probably speak to Yennefer. Not sure if what we did before technically counted as such. No, I wanted to examine that, not punch
Got
it.
any
Thank you.
clothes that aren't black or white?
Undergarments.
Oh. Glad we asked.
See, I thought Ciri could stand to wait a little longer.
It's uninstructive, not to mention unreasonable.
Okay. So... Okay, I think I know where that's headed. So, we'll go to see Ciri.
Go and train with her, then come back. It'll give me a chance to put my face on.
Huh?
Of all the women I've known, you're the only one who does that before.
You've known many.
What's it matter? Only ever thought of you.
Well, that's just not true. As we've established before, Geralt has a bit of a relationship, or at least has had a bit of a relationship with Triss. To suggest otherwise is rather dishonest. Okay, so I think at this point we are headed out through that door. However, hold on just a second here. I want to see what we have through this door.
Shit. Mountain Pass is beautiful as ever.
Because, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I wish that this doors icon, or overlay, or whatever you want to call it, prompt, was not here. Because, you know, it's spoiling the view a little bit. So maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll just do it. Alright, and I will continue to throw punches at things instead of unlocking them. Okay, so let's head down. And apparently we're in Kaer Morhen, which, again, we haven't been here since The Witcher 1. Cool. This is where we did our own training and saw other Witchers undergo their
Old
training.
Witcher's fast asleep. Ciri's disappeared somewhere, of course.
Sounds like Ciri is doing some of said training. Wouldn't be so surprising given the location. There we go. There's the unspoiled view. Oh, a dog? Barking?
Guess
No,
she
that is...
prefers practice to theory.
Oh! Impressive.
What?
Time to wake up, Master. These lessons so boring they put you to sleep too?
Damn it.
Ouch.
After taking notes on ghouls and owl-ghouls, wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
Making her slog through that brick? No wonder she took off.
John of Bruges lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays. She's tackling the pendulums, right? How many times do I have to tell her? Don't train alone. It only embeds your errors. Bring our young damsel to the lower courtyard. She wants to practice, she'll get to practice.
Alright. She's working hard. Don't get mad at her.
Don't get mad at her.
Why the hell not? The whippersnapper refuses to do as she's told.
You like that about her.
Fine. I suppose I'm partly to blame. But this has to end. Now. Killing monsters is not something to be taken lightly. Ciri must understand that, if she's to become one of us.
Okay, so yeah,
I'll
she's
see
not
you
a
below.
Witcher yet. She is undergoing her Witcher training, it would seem.
Wrong.
It looks nifty. Could have fooled me.
Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike.
It's a very indirect way to strike. Although, who am I to criticize? I sure can't do that. Or that. Oh, and she's blindfolded. Because why not?
Circus pirouette. Wrong. Footwork. Enough. Get down.
With a flip?
What do you think?
Why not? For good measure.
All right. Take off the blindfold.
Oh,
You've got work to do.
she's a
Your
little kid.
reflexes are still slow.
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations?
She hasn't even undergone
Knowing
the
your
Witcher
shoes, I'd
mutations
fear
yet.
Vesemir
Okay.
more than any Striga. Disobeying his instructions, unwise.
So Witchers start off as humans and then
Well,
undergo
yes,
mutations
but
to make them stronger
it
and
was
faster.
terribly dull.
I know, and you know that's no excuse.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Okay, so I get the sense that Vesemir, the guy who we were just talking about, or talking with, who sort of runs this place, has been a little tough on her. So I feel like maybe we ought to go a little bit easy.
Better not. Vesemir said if it does, he'll make you eat a bowl of slugs covered in salt.
Ew.
Exactly. So you'd best behave. Come on, we'll practice with the others down below.
Shall we run the walls?
Oh. Okay, tutorial versus non-tutorial. So I know I was talking earlier about wanting to make sure that we do make sure that we're aware of whatever changes there have been between The Witcher 1 and between The Witcher 2 and The Witcher 3, I should say. But I think we'll be good here.
Not this time. Believe me, you don't want to keep Vesemir waiting.
So let's see where this takes us then. Here's Vesemir and other Witchers with other gruesome scars. I assume comes from the mutation, although I'm not actually sure we've
Anything
ever
to say for
explicitly heard
yourself,
anyone
young
say
lady?
that. In The Witcher 1 or The Witcher 2, that is.
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand that. But when you fight a beast, knowledge counts as much as your silver sword. At the very least, you ought to be able to tell a ghoul from an owl ghoul.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that in Zeracania dwells, and by the sickly paleness of its visage.
Oh! She hasn't been
You
slacking.
did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
Ho ho ho, okay. Looks like we have a star pupil here after all.
So you did the reading. Why not admit it right off?
Never pounce on an advantage as soon as it appears. Wait till it stands to have maximum effect. Uncle Vesemir's words.
Well,
Okay.
you're a quick study. Quick, but mischievous.
True, it would seem.
Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword. What do you think? Should we start by reviewing the fundamentals or go right to free training?
Oh, okay, so combat tutorial versus non-combat tutorial. This might be a little more useful for us to walk through. I think the previous tutorial might have quite literally just been like, this is run, this is jump, this is climb. So let's do this one, I suppose.
Should work on the basics. Even skilled masters need to hone the fundamentals.
Right,
And
exactly,
Ciri's barely
'cause
a novice.
We're totally a master. We just need to hone the fundamentals. Thanks, Geralt.
Draw your sword, Geralt.
Boom! Okay. Slow down, buddy. Okay, Witchers must prepare to fight foes of all kinds, be they plate-clad knights, ethereal wraiths, or bone-crushing giants. To match the strengths and exploit the weaknesses of different enemies, Witchers need to use a variety of weapons and combat techniques. Core tools of their trade are their swords, one steel for fighting humans and non-humans, the other silver for slaying monsters. Witchers have also mastered a simple form of combat magic. These signs are not as powerful as the spells wielded by mages, but they can be cast very quickly. Simple, one-handed gestures, making them quite useful in the heat of combat. Witchers are also adept in basic alchemy. They can brew powerful potions, blade oils, and bombs, all of which give them a keen advantage when fighting stronger or faster foes. Okay? Sure. That's certainly something that we are accustomed to from previous games. Alright, so this... Let's see. Let's just, do that. Okay. Press Z. Oh well,
Quick cuts. 1, 2,
I
3.
switched momentarily to mouse to keyboard because the controller button was not working. Okay. Here is a quick attack. And, you know, we'll throw some fancy rolls. Just to spice it up a little bit. Did we actually hit Vesemir there? I think we did.
Position, Ciri.
Okay.
Footwork. Remember.
Okay. Okay. We actually dodge like this. Gotcha. That, I think, is technically new. We had, like, a dodge roll in The Witcher 1 and 2. But this, yeah, I think this is the thing that we've done in the past. Don't actually know what the difference is between those two.
Ciri, see how Geralt holds his sword.
We can block like this.
Supposed to parry.
How's she supposed to parry a dummy?
And now,
She has a point.
Riposte! Strike! Counter strike!
Sure. We just parry and don't actually need to attack? Oh no, we just need to time the parry. Okay, gotcha.
Now, young lady,
There we go.
to bring the day to a close, we'll go over a few
Okay.
witches' signs.
So then we do
Let's start
this,
with
and
Gwen.
that is really misleading. That square that highlights Gwen right now, because it's actually the circle highlight that we have as the thing that we are currently selecting. This is just like the quest indicator of, hey, make sure you do this. Okay. So now we actually use it. This. Okay.
Gwen is sometimes called the Witcher's Shield. Now watch carefully to see why.
Now watch carefully as Vesemir just hacks away at us mercilessly. Okay. Is that? Am I supposed to do it?
Cast
He's supposed to do it.
Geralt.
Okay.
I want to see sparks fly.
Okay. So Gwen is a shield, like Vesemir was saying. Igni is basically a fireball.
If not for the Gwen sign, I'd be aflame by now.
Okay. Sure. What next?
Hard, Geralt. Come on.
Okay. Ard is basically our force push. Oh, except, ow! I wasn't ready yet.
See that, Ciri?
Take that.
Hard will knock any.
Oh, knock anyone. Staggered. Stunned.
Time for
Backward.
Axie.
However he was gonna complete that
hate this
sentence.
feeling.
Okay, so Axie.
How long you gonna make me wait?
Axie is basically mind control. I could actually select it right now. It is surprisingly difficult to do so with a analog stick. Okay. Get mind control. Okay.
Erden now. Show her, Geralt.
One moment, please do not wail on us while I'm doing this. Yrden drops a little trap on the ground, like this. Which would normally freeze someone in place, although he's shielded to prevent that from happening.
Gwen will dampen the blow.
Okay, that's a little bit concerning, but, okay, so left bumper, and then down here, okay, so same menu.
What the?
What the? Yep, a little odd. A little odd. Alright, then we stand in this spot. That I can do. And then throw these at dummies, because they are the worst. So take that. Alright, combat tutorial is over. Sounds good. If we want, we can continue training with Vesemir, but otherwise we can stop by sheathing our sword. Sounds good.
Fine. Enough.
Oh, no! Vesemir! Vesemir! What the heck? I was putting away my sword. Brutal. Nifty. I mean, she is rather young for becoming a professional monster slayer, if I do say so myself. Of course, she's still doing her training, but, a little odd.
A little she-devil. Soon as she's back, we'll set her to polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
Find that helmet?
Ciri? Uh-oh. This don't look good.
I'll make sure to find every last blade for you.
Oh, no.
What the?
I can only imagine. Yeah! Bring on the nightmare fuel. Quite literally. Oh, this doesn't look good. Either just that. Oh! Was it actually a nightmare? Looks like that's the case. Okay. Temeria, Road to Vizima. Okay. So Temeria is a place where we have been many a time in the past. Vizima being the capital, if I remember correctly.
Had a nightmare.
Okay.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Dawn's some way off. We've got time.
I suppose we could tell him a little bit about it. Did kind of directly involve him.
Started in the guest room at Kaer Morhen. I was relaxing in the tub, and next to me,
Triss?
Yennefer. Funny, isn't it? She's never been there. Seems
okay.
so real in my dream,
Did seem
though.
strange that she was there.
Was she nagging you about something? True to life, indeed.
Okay, apparently that's a theme for her.
We'll find her.
Sounds like we are tracking her down. That is something that we were putting a lot of effort into doing in The Witcher 2, and don't exactly know where The Witcher 3 takes off from there. Is it basically that Witcher 3 starts immediately after The Witcher 2 ends? Is there some break in time or place in between? So we were not in Kaer Morhen at the end of The Witcher 2, that's for certain. Obviously that turned out to be a dream. But, okay.
In the dream, I went and found Ciri. Then we trained.
What's up, Jared?
Those were
How's
the
it going?
days. Little she
I'm looking forward to it, yeah.
I've trained kids who were faster, stronger, but none had her character. Didn't end well, did it? Your dream.
No. The Wild Hunt appeared, attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
It's true. Might be a little bit more than a dream, I would tend to think.
That's the problem. It was more. In the past, when Ciri'd appear in my dreams, something was wrong. She was in danger.
We taught her how to defend herself from anything, wraiths included.
Awesome. Glad to hear you enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean, it was Witcher 1, Witcher 2. Took a long time to get through all of them. They were great, but I feel like they definitely got better over time. There were a lot of things about The Witcher 1 where, as I was going through them, I could kind of tell, like, okay, when this game first came out, I can understand why this would have been amazing, but, you know, what? Almost like 11 years later? I forget. When did that come out? 2009? Or maybe even 2007. Anyways, more than 10 years ago. And some things felt a little bit dated. Less so with The Witcher 2. Definitely saw a lot of improvements there, and now I'm hoping that there will be similar types of improvements with The Witcher 3. Obviously, I've heard many good things about the game. I'm trying not to go in with my expectations too high, but we'll see.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
Yeah, and I hope that the things that we learned in The Witcher 1 and The Witcher 2 will make it all the more meaningful for us to play through The Witcher 3 now.
Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote.
Never heard of
Meanwhile,
Willoughby before,
one
though.
army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow her trail, so...
Yeah,
Stop
following her trail.
talking
Okay.
for a minute and give me the letter. How about that?
It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet soon. Willoughby near Vizima.
Okay, it's near Vizima. We were supposedly headed
Nothing
toward
else to
Vizima.
guide us
Makes
there.
sense.
What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
What's up, Kirano? No worries, man. Yeah, this is obviously my first time playing it myself, so it is new ground for me too. Let's see. What is this postscript? Still have the unicorn? Oh, sounds like we want to keep that private.
That's private. Very private.
Very
I
private.
understand. At least I think I do. Maybe not entirely, but
Yeah, it sounds like
perhaps that's for
it'd be
the
best if you just kept your nose
Back
out of
on
that.
topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh, but it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait, hear that?
Hold on.
I smell it. Ghouls.
Alright, here goes nothing. Life on the continent and the Skellige Isles is nasty. Never heard of people refer to this place as the continent or as the Skellige Isles, but apparently that's where we are. And where we have been all along. Throughout The Witcher 1, 2, and now 3. War lays waste to the land, and those it spares live in fear of the countless monsters lurking outside every town and village. Monsters are shown with a silver health bar above their heads, indicating that you should fight them with your silver sword. Okay? Conveniently, I do believe that Geralt has already pulled out his silver sword. Here we go, against some ghouls. Not exactly the ideal angle for fighting these. Ow, guys, I don't think. I probably prefer, you know, like, actually seeing all of them, rather than, ow, having them sneak up behind me. Should be doing much better than this. Stop running away. Not cool. Oh, we just sliced that guy in half. It's a little alarming. So in The Witcher 1, or actually in The Witcher 2, I don't know if it was the case in The Witcher 1, but in The Witcher 2, you took extra damage if anyone, ow, attacked you from behind. You should probably see those attacks coming and actually block them. That'd be probably a good habit to get into. Yeah, so you took extra damage if you got hit from behind. I don't know if that's gonna be the case this time or not. Alright, so that was extremely sloppy. So we're off to a great start here. Striking opponents generates adrenaline points. Okay, that's another thing that we had in The Witcher 2. We had to actually level up many times before we got access to it. But apparently we're getting access to it right off the bat here. Certain abilities you can acquire allow you to perform special attacks that require and consume adrenaline points. Oh, so it may be that we just don't have access to all of those skills yet, even if we have the bar already. Your adrenaline points slowly decline when you're not engaged in combat. Okay.
Of course. The armies pass, necrophages follow. Let's go before
Okay,
any
we can
more
summon
show.
our horse. But more importantly, we can loot. So let's do a bit of that. Oh, we can take all. That's presumably more efficient. Crystal Skull. Oh, is that
Let's go.
what we saw in the
Black
cutscene?
crystal. Why do I think this is Yen's?
I agree with you. And now also, in previous Witchers, when we see these red dots on the map, that usually means that there are slain enemies. We can loot. So that can kind of direct us toward whatever is remaining. So like now, it would seem as though we've looted all that stuff. There are some fruits and herbs and stuff, which usually would be materials that we could use for crafting purposes, and I don't know to what extent we're going to be considering doing that stuff right off the bat, but that might be helpful to stockpile a little bit of that early while we still can. What is this? Oh. Bandits calling themselves Temeria's soldiers. Temeria is a place, and it has soldiers. Are you actually saying that Temeria is no good? Are hiding in the nearby woods. They've been declared outlaws and a threat to the Emperor's subjects. Ah, okay. Assisting or sheltering them in any way will be summarily punished to the fullest extent permitted by Imperial law. On behalf of the Emperor of Nilfgaard, Captain Peter Sar Gwenly. Okay, so, again, drawing back on our knowledge from The Witcher 1 and The Witcher 2, we are in Temeria right now, or at least, yeah, I think we're in Temeria, right? And on the way to Vizima. So Temeria's soldiers should be the local army. So normally, they would be people you'd expect to be here. However, we also have the Nilfgaardians who are supposedly making an advance with the intention of, we believe, starting a war. So, they appear to have already made it here and said that they do not want the Temerians. Little bunny rabbits here. Can we actually get bunnies? Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
I'm too old for treks that long.
Reach the world's edge. None but devils. Oh. Okay. I didn't press that, but apparently the game was like, stop going forward. You keep on going this way, gonna make you open the map. Okay, cool. So, not so surprisingly, there is a map. We can fast travel. What? Use the, I assume that's the analog to select a destination marked with something. Even though I don't see any of those. Oh, marked with one of those, like, signposts on the map, then press A to travel there. I don't think there are any right now. So I think we have deviated from the path. Oh, I just needed to press. Right. Lilac and gooseberries. That's our horse, I think. So, yeah, I think it's mostly just directing us back where we came from. And most of this stuff is empty unless we, surprisingly, head over to town. There are more buildings. Oh, well, we could go down this way. Okay. So, let's go the correct direction. I do remember the ending cutscene in The Witcher 2. I do. So, that's definitely what comes to mind there. Okay, we can summon our horse. Let's maybe do that. If I remembered how to do that. I thought I was doing the thing that it just told me to do to summon my horse, but apparently I was not. I don't know. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. Witchers spend most of their time on the road in search of their next contract. They must trek across wide valleys, climb over high mountain peaks, and trudge through thick bogs. Luckily, Geralt can always count on his horse, Roach. That is a little odd that our horse is named Roach after The Witcher 2 had a pretty significant character named Roach. But anyways, Roach will help us on our travels. To have Roach come to you, double press... Oh! Is that like... Okay, that is not the button that I thought we were supposed to press to make that horse summon.
Ever tell you about this sorcerer I knew? Couldn't stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
Because you can brew potions from their blood?
No, because by eating rotting corpses, they prevent epidemics.
Okay,
so I know they eat the living as well?
No, really upset him too. His theory collapsed.
So I do see that obviously there's another path here, and I'm very curious to check this out. But then again, so from what I've heard about The Witcher 3, there's like a ridiculous amount of content, and so I suppose I will be looking for a little bit of guidance from you guys regarding how much should we be
Hey there.
just focusing on what the quest markers say, and how much should we be poking around a little bit and exploring. Is it worth... Oh, we can speed up. Double press A, move into a gal. Oh, there are more ghouls over there. Like, is it worth finding some additional enemies? Is there any reason to do that?
Not exactly going our way.
We have a side.
The Northern Realms.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean?
Oh.
Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's
wow.
pledged to restore the old borders as
Sounds
soon
good.
as he wins the war.
Believe that?
Gotta believe something. It's what keeps us going.
Giddy up.
Yeah, there's our horse stamina. Gotcha. Should we be talking to these people out here? I assume we probably should, right? Oh, our horse can jump. And I'm just trying to dismount. There we go. Okay. Don't mind me swinging my sword at you guys.
At your service.
Sorry for whatever happened here. Okay, no need to explore things right now. Okay. Thank you, that is very helpful. In that case... let's ignore the fact that I just swung my sword at the horse. I swear. I didn't mean to.
Come on.
So we'll just keep going then. One other thing is, theoretically, that little box you see to the right there is supposed to be a place to house your messages in chat. It doesn't look like that's working. I did just set this stuff up for this stream, and this is the first time trying it, so I'll do a little bit of troubleshooting probably after this stream. Ideally, we would have your messages showing up there, so that you can see them as well, but anyways, I'll just look at them the old-fashioned way. Oh, they're there for a very short time? Okay, gotcha. So maybe I'll tweak the settings a bit. Did also seemingly hear some screams over there, which didn't seem good.